this is something that you shouldn't forget. Like when you're making the content, it's always important that you're making the content so good, and good can mean entertaining, have a lot of value. It depends on what your audience wants and what your channel is about. But you have to make it so good that people will click, even if not everything is optimized. This helps you a lot already. So this is something that I would always try to mix in, to have your own uniqueness in that video. And then what we always do is, like, let's say again, videos about discipline. So I would go on YouTube again, I would type in 5 tips for discipline or something like that. And then again, I would look at the best videos. And from the best videos, I watch them, write down the best tips that are the best ones in my opinion. And usually always, for example, the first 5 seconds, the hook. When I watch so many videos, then I will already get ideas for how I could do my hook. And maybe I see something like what worked for us very well in the past was always, for example, for influence videos. People were like in the beginning, but be careful, these tips are so strong only if you are using them to the good of humanity. Keep watching. If not, please stop watching. And everybody's like, holy shit, these tips must be amazing. And everybody's like hooked. So this is an amazing hook, for example. And we came up with that by just watching a lot of videos. And then we were like, okay, this seems to work very well.
All right, welcome to today's show with Maximilian Häusner. So we're going to get into a lot of really awesome YouTube organic tactics, strategies that he's used to grow an incredible business. First, basically starting with organic and then transitioning to paid. So I think there's a lot to learn from Mr. Maximilian. But just wanted to show you real quick. You haven't yet claimed your free trial of VidTao. So we do a $1 7-day trial of VidTao and VidTao 2.0. So this is our updated software with millions and millions of ads, landing pages, etc. for YouTube. Go ahead and check it out. Just go to vidtao.com and sign up. And you can see all the different stuff we got here. Different ads, different brands. You can search. Find some funny ads, serious software ads, AI ads, just browsing history here. And we got some creative tools in here as well. You can get your creative ad score there, little AI generator. Check out different categories. Let's look at beauty and fitness, who's at the top there, etc. Anyways, so vidtao.com, check it out, and let's get into today's show with Mr. Maximilian.
Awesome, Max. Welcome to the VidTao podcast. And so where are you calling from right now?
I'm actually in Prague right now, in the Czech Republic.
Nice. Very cool. So what is it? I mean, all of us dumb Americans like myself, when we think of Prague, we think of like some very good Pilsner beer. Is that?
Yeah, actually, I don't drink much beer myself. I mean, I'm German, so I'm supposed to drink a lot of beer, but I actually don't. But yeah, they definitely drink a lot of beer. It's always when you're here and you want to book like the tourist, anything as a tourist, like boat tour with beer, sightseeing with beer, like everything is like with beer. So yeah, they definitely love good beer, but the city is also beautiful. So it's not just the beer.
Nice. Feast for the eyes and the taste buds as well. So
yeah, true.
Fantastic. So you're originally from Germany, and then so what brought you to Prague?
Yeah, actually, I was growing up in Germany and lived there until I was 19, 20. Then I moved to Cyprus, and from there now to Prague. Or actually, I live in Cyprus and Prague both. And Prague is just like an amazing city. It's, in my opinion, I've traveled a lot, also in Asia and Europe and many countries. And Prague is just, it's beautiful, and it has the river here. It has the people are nice, in my opinion. The Czech people themselves, they say they're not the most friendly people, but in my opinion, they are very friendly. And just city is beautiful. People are great. It's just like I love the mix of very many different good attributes that a city has. So yeah, definitely my favorite one.
Nice. So you mentioned Cyprus. So immediately that must mean you started a business when you were 18 and you moved to Cyprus to headquarter there. I'm just curious.
Yeah. Like I started, I think I was 19. So basically when I don't know why, but I always had this thought in my mind that I wanted to be a millionaire also already when I was like 12, 13, something like that. And but back then I had no idea how to, and it was just like an idea in the back of my mind, and I didn't think about it much, to be honest. And then I stumbled upon personal development at some age. It was about 15, 16, something like that. And back then I was not like super happy with myself. I was a bit more insecure, and not also with girls, not that successful and everything. And I was more like, I always felt that there has to be more to life than that, and I had no idea how to get more. And then I stumbled upon personal development. I remember like the first time I saw it, I was like, holy shit, I can like live my life the way I want. I can do what I want. And I was hooked like from the first second. And since then I started reading a lot of books, watched a lot of videos. And then at some point, I stumbled upon another like business related videos. And then from there on, I started to try to start my own business back then, like with 16, with my little, with a headset on, and I was hiding in my room in the basement, recording my first YouTube videos back then, actually, already like with 16, 17, and didn't tell anyone because I was a bit ashamed that I'm doing YouTube now. And that's how it started. And then from there on, started one or two different things for a while, but then actually with my current business, Erschaffe Neu, which is a very complicated German name. This is basically, the first real business that I started, and this is what I'm still doing until this day.
So it would have been a lot easier if you were 16 now in your basement. You could just use AI voiceovers to get those YouTube videos out there.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, it's fascinating with AI. We tried to, because my business partner, he's like the face of our company, and he has to record a lot of videos. And now we tried 11 labs, and on 11 labs you can like upload a lot of. We have like, I don't know how many thousands of hours of video material from Dennis, is the name of my business partner. And we tried it first, like we uploaded some stuff and we tried to clone his voice, and we were like, it's not working that well, especially like, I think in the US it's far more advanced already, but in Germany it's like, it's not that good yet, the voice cloning. And now they brought out the new update, and I tried it again, and now it's like, I couldn't tell if this was AI or if it was my business partner. So that's super amazing. Yeah.
Wow, that's really cool.
Yeah.
And so the business is, I mean, do you want to go into the business itself, like what you sell, or is that something you want to keep more under wraps?
Sure.
Yeah,
sure. I can share that. Yeah, we're so the company, as I said, is called Erschaffe Neu. In English, it means like something like recreate yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And we are a personal development company in the B2C space, and we are selling coaching for basically how to. Our main USP is how to gain more discipline, because we have many people that are watching personal development content. They are reading a lot of books, but they procrastinate when it comes to like doing any of the stuff they learn. They are more like procrastinating and having a lot of self-doubt, insecurity, something like that, holding them back. And this is where we step in and help them, like with one-on-one coaching, video courses, and group calls. We have a community. We have like our programs very holistic. We have many different features, just to make sure that people really have this accountability they need to start doing and get things done. And this is what we are doing. We have like a couple different programs that we are selling. The shortest one is like 3 months. The longest is 12 months. And right now we are about 15 to 20 full-time people and some freelancers who are doing that, like the coaching, marketing, sales, and everything.
Wow, very cool. And I think one of the most impressive things is, you built this sort of organic first. Correct me if I'm wrong here. Mm-hmm. My understanding is you built this. You didn't create an offer and start running ads to it. I mean, that's what you're doing now. You're scaling with paid ads, but you really came from it from a content first perspective. So, just can you walk us through? Which came first, the content and wanting to just present valuable content as an entry point to eventually selling a product, or did you have a product at first as well when you started making this content?
Yeah, actually, it was. We didn't have a product at all. We started with this because it was my business partner with another guy. They started the business, but it wasn't really a business. Then they were posting like articles on a blog every day or every other day, and had a couple of readers, but it was not like really a business. And they were not making any money or anything from that. And also, I don't know the exact numbers, but it was like less than 100 readers, I think. And then they started a YouTube channel, and this is how I met my business partner, because we were using VideoScribe as a software that we were using, and we were making these animated videos with voiceovers, and he was doing it and I was doing the same. Like I was posting personal development content and book summaries, and he was doing the exact same. And then we were like, when we met each other, we were talking about it, and we were like, holy shit, like what are the chances? They're probably like I don't know, 10 people in Germany that are doing this. And now we met and from this point on, we were bonding instantly. And this is how this all started. And then, I joined the team and we started growing the YouTube channel, and we didn't have a product at that point. And it was more like for us, we both knew, or at least I knew, I wanted to build a business, and my business partner, as far as I know, too. But it was more like we love personal development and we love sharing, and we see that this is growing. And for me, it was always like, also still, it's not that much about, I love money and I love making money, but it's more about this. I love building stuff and seeing it grow. And that's what gives me satisfaction and pleasure and joy and everything. And this is what it was about in the beginning, and still is about. And in the beginning, we didn't have any products or anything. We just had a lot of good content that we learned over the years, and we wanted to share that. And so we built a YouTube channel. We stopped publishing anything on the blog pretty quickly because YouTube started growing and growing and growing. And then we were doubling down on that. And that's how it started.
Very cool. I mean, so how was there any kind of formula or template that you used in terms of how you make good content that gets attention on YouTube? Because obviously there's a ton of personal development content on YouTube. Mm-hmm. How do you actually think about creating content that can stand out in a crowded marketplace?
Yeah, sure. So to be honest, in the beginning, we didn't really have a strategy. In the beginning, we were just like, okay, these topics are interesting for us and let's post them. But also a couple of years ago, YouTube was a lot easier. And also, like, if I look back when I'm doing research for new videos that we're going to post, if I look back like 8 or 10 years, there's some videos that are so shitty, they would not get a single click now. But back then, like, YouTube was just not that crowded and it was easier to get a lot of clicks. And so how we are thinking about it now, how we're approaching it now, is like maybe to start from a macro perspective. Like the question we are always asking ourselves is, what does the platform want? And I think this is very helpful, like not just for YouTube, but for creating any organic or ad content, any content. It's like, what does the platform want? And if we're looking at YouTube and the organic content, they want a lot of ad revenue. So they need people on their platform. And the longer the people stay on the platform, the better for YouTube, because then they can show more ads and make more money. So this is basically like, this is what the platform want. And then the next step is to ask yourself, like, and maybe one more thing that the platforms also like a lot is when you bring on new users, which is something you can influence to a certain degree, but not as much as other things. So of course, when people share your videos a lot or your content a lot, then the platform loves that. Also, same with ads. Like with YouTube ads, it's a bit harder to share them, especially in-stream ads, but with organic content or also ads on Instagram and everything, if they get shared, like Instagram, Facebook loves that. And so basically, and then we are asking ourselves, okay, what are the metrics that we can look at that show us that we are on the right track, that we are doing what the platform wants us to do? And in this case, like when we are thinking about organic content and that we want users to stay for a long time and have a good experience on the platform, which is also very important, because if they have a bad experience, or if let's say I'm making a very clickbaity video and the video promises after this video, you will know how to make $1 million. And then you watch the video and the video is about, I don't know, a home workout routine or something. Then you're like, what the fuck this is not what I wanted to watch. So YouTube will be like, okay, you're obviously showing them shitty content. We're not going to promote your content anymore. And so coming back to that, like to the metrics, what are the metrics that you can see on YouTube that show that your content is doing what YouTube wants it to do? Basically, you have a couple of things. You have the watch time that you can look at. You can see like if a video is watched like on only 10%, and this is already something that many people never look at and many people get wrong. When you post a video and the watch time is, let's say, very bad watch time is like 10, 20%, something like that, then that means that you don't meet the expectations of the viewers. They are clicking because they are expecting something, because you already got the click. When you already got the click, that means they are interested generally. Otherwise, they wouldn't have clicked. There's so many options on YouTube to click on something. So why would they click? And when they clicked and they don't, and the watch time is very low, it means that for some reason your video is not meeting the expectations of the viewers, which is something where YouTube says, okay, we're going to show your video to a couple of people. They click, that's good. Nobody watches it. We're not going to show your video to anybody else. And basically for YouTube, it's like they have limited space and they are trying, of course, to show the best the best content for the user possible on that limited space. So like for the algorithm, it's very important when you open your phone and you see maybe 3 videos that are suggested for you. Those 3 videos should be the freaking best videos the algorithm can show you, because otherwise you're leaving the platform again. So so the algorithm basically decides, okay, watch time is not good. I know even when somebody clicks on the video, they will just leave YouTube again. So not gonna show that video. So this is one of the metrics. And I'm also I would start from the macro level and go deeper into the specific, because we also have strategies that I'm gonna share, how to research videos and everything. It's gonna be very tactical and practical too. So yeah, we have the watch time, which is one thing. Then we also have the title and the thumbnail, of course. Here, same, YouTube has a limited space. They are showing your title, your thumbnail, and if it's not good, it's a waste of space for YouTube. So they're just gonna show something else to the user. And so this is also very important, of course. And then, which is becoming more and more important right now, are the first 5 seconds of the video, because I'm sure you know about the autoplay function on YouTube. And now I don't know where YouTube is gonna go with this. Maybe at some point thumbnails will basically not be shown anymore at all. We don't know that yet, but the direction is, at least right now, it looks like the thumbnails are becoming less and less important. And so it's very important to catch the user in the first 5 seconds. And for example, Mr. Beast is like, I saw one short of him, is like insane. The first 5 seconds he's standing in front of he's like shouting or something, and in the background there's a train driving by, and then the camera is zooming out and the train is driving to a big hole, like where it's like you see that and you're like, holy shit, I need to see what happens next. And I mean, obviously Mr. Beast is like a master of this, but in general, like for all of us, we need the first 5 seconds to be optimized. Now also visually, because people see that instead of a thumbnail more and more. And of course, like same as it is in an ad, you also need the first 5 seconds to just hook the viewer so they keep watching. So basically, like if I would just look at some metrics, it would be the watch time, it would be the click rate of the impressions. It always, like, YouTube shows you how many impressions did you have and how many people clicked, and these numbers should be as high as possible. And then also the first 5 second views are also very important. This is also maybe a little tip for some maybe listeners that run a YouTube channel. Many people start the video with the intro, which is a very bad idea, because you want to hook the viewer in an ad. You would never show an intro in the first 5 seconds. And so yeah, this is something you should never do. And you can also see it if you look in the analytics, that the people skip the first 5 seconds, then the intro, and of course some leave the video completely. So yeah, just a little tip there.
Nice. That's awesome. Fantastic. Tactics and just framing around everything. So what would you say, just for some baseline numbers, so people can they can log into their channels and actually see, okay, what is my thumbnail click-through rate? What is my, what's a good watch time? And what are some real baseline metrics that you'd be looking for if you had 5 minutes to look at a channel?
Yeah. So the click rate on the thumbnails, or the click rate per impression, would be around 10%. Is very, very good. That's a very good number. If you are anywhere between, usually we have videos go viral when they have between 6 to 8%. 6 is on the lower end. 8 to 10 is on the higher end. So this is something where people could look. If you're below, usually if you're below 5 to 6%, there's something very wrong, and you should definitely optimize for that. And that would be very bad numbers. And everything, let's say just 7 and above, are usually relatively good numbers. And also what you see, it depends on the amount of clicks you get, because if you get a lot of clicks, then of course all your numbers will drop, because YouTube shows the video to more and more people that are not that interested in the video. And in the beginning, more of your followers see the video, so they are more likely to watch and click. And the more people see it, the less likely it gets that people click. And watch time is also very dependent on the video length, because if you have a very long video, then the watch time will be relatively low usually. If you have a shorter video, it will be higher, of course. And usually a good watch time is like something for, if you have about 5 minute video, you can go like, you can say that's like 60%, 70% is usually good watch time. And then the longer it gets, the lower the watch time will usually become. But I mean, there are videos like I think it was Logan Paul who talked about this, that he had like a video, or his brother, I'm not sure who it was. They had a video with like 80% watch time or something that was like 5, 6, 7 minutes. And this is like, and the video was also, it was about I think a Pokemon card or something. And it was like, the video was just insane. And I mean, this is what YouTube loves, because the people stay there, they have an amazing experience. Otherwise they would leave the video. They are entertained. This is what most people come to YouTube for. And so YouTube is like, okay, this is amazing. I'm going to show this to more and more people.
Yeah, that's great stuff there. So everyone definitely take notes on that and check out your channels. But so, and I forgot to mention, Max, so you built a very sizable channel. So what can you tell us more about just that process, where you're currently at, how it was getting there, and just the road along the way? Obviously, I don't think it's multiple hundreds of thousands of people on your channel, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't happen like that, right? Like, what was the journey like for you getting to that point?
Yeah. So right now we had 318,000 subscribers, which for Germany, in the US, I know there are many bigger channels in Germany too, but for a personal growth channel in Germany, it's pretty big. And yeah, I mean, in the beginning, as I said, we didn't really have a strategy in the beginning, but then really quickly we found out the strategy that I'm gonna get to. And like then we started, like then it was more methodical, and we started like using just the system, the strategy to grow, and it worked very well. But still, even then, like sometimes you're writing a script and you're like, okay, this script is like, it's amazing, it's gonna get so many clicks, and then nobody clicks on it. And then you're writing another script, another thumbnail, and you're like, I'm not sure about this. And then, I mean, it's the same like with ads, right? It's like you can never know what the winner is. And YouTube, in my opinion, is very ungrateful. Like you have, for example, we had a video which one of my team members did. So I have to give her credit there. Here, yeah, Christina, if you're listening, good job with the video. And the video had like more than 500,000 views. And so our channel basically, like, I don't know, had like tens of thousands of views in the last 24 hours and was growing. Then the video stopped growing because it reached like the amount where YouTube is like, okay, not going to show it to any more people. And then like our channel dropped in the lowest low that we had since, I don't know, 2-3 years or something. So it's like YouTube can be very ungrateful. You have a video that gets clicks in one day, like 100,000 clicks, and the next day you get almost 0 clicks. And this changed, by the way. Like in the past, it wasn't like this. In the past, also to get back to your question, like it was more like you sometimes had videos that went viral and then you got a lot of clicks. But in general, it was like a relatively steady growth. And also your older videos got at least some clicks over time. But now it's more like you have a video, it's blowing up, and then it just stops getting clicks from one day to another, and there's not a single click on the video anymore. So that is definitely different than it was a couple of years ago. And yeah, so then I would say for everyone doing YouTube, it's like you need a lot of grit and patience, especially in the beginning. And the more followers you get, the easier it gets. But until 1,000, probably even until 10,000, it's really a grind, and you have to just stick with it. And for us, like our advantage was, I would say that we didn't have a product to sell. I was studying at that time. My business partner was studying, and we were like, we're just loving this. We want to grow it. So yeah, let's do it. This was basically why we kept at it so long, and now it pays off, of course. But in the beginning, we didn't make much money with it.
So before I'm super excited to talk more about the strategies specific for YouTube, but I actually have a question about the process where you went from making a channel, and obviously you're getting comments and feedback, to actually producing your first product. How do you actually go about deciding what it was that you were going to offer? And yeah, that whole process.
Yeah. So in the beginning, we were launching a product because we saw that our dating videos were the videos with the most clicks. So, and YouTube is also what's very, very cool about YouTube. I mean, you can see all the demographic data in the YouTube studio. Not sure if we did it back then, if we checked the demographic data, but we knew that most of our viewers were young men, and many of them, like, they wanted to find a girlfriend. So the first video, video course we did was basically, I still remember the pictures, my business partner in his old room, like the background, nothing was tidy, and his hair was all over the place and everything. And he was standing in front of the camera and giving some tips. This was our first video course. And now looking back, like it's funny how we could sell something like that, but the content was good actually, and people loved the product. And so we sold this product. It was called back then First Step Masterclass. It was like we didn't want to sell a pure dating product because we didn't see ourselves as dating experts. So we were like, this is like how to make the first step toward a woman, but in general in life, how to get out of your comfort zone and like make the first step. And we started selling that, and we were very surprised at that point that we made, I think on the first day, like 500 euro or something. And back then for us, we were like, holy shit, like,
Yeah.
this is like working, what the fuck? And then, from there on, we were like, okay, we definitely gotta sell more. And then we built our email list. And this is one of the biggest, in my opinion, potentials of YouTube is like building your email list, because it's amazing traffic. Like from our statistics, we can see that organic traffic is 2.4 times more valuable than ad traffic for us. So like one organic lead is the same as 2.4 ad leads, which is like
Wow.
huge difference. So then we started building our email list and selling products to our email list. And then, I mean, we tried a couple of different products, and we had a couple of video courses. And at some point we started selling the coaching. And this is like where it really took off for us, because the coaching, like it was high price. We sold it over the phone. And also in general, like just the coaching, the product was a very good product, and people liked it. And this was something that was good to sell, but it took us a while to figure that out for sure.
Wow, that's really cool. So was there any kind of iteration process you used to go from customer stories to coming up with products, or was it more just an intuition, given that both you guys are so deep in the market, you're so involved with the content production and seeing all the feedback, you just intuitively knew what to create? Was it more of like contrived, or that's not the right word, but was it more of like something you extracted from research, or was it just more you internalized your customers' journeys and you knew, hey, this is what we're going to try offering, and then just seeing how it sticks with them?
Yeah, I mean, back then we tried a couple of things. And I would say it was more trial and error, because we tried. And the good thing was, with our organic following, whatever we launched, we had at least a couple of people who bought it, because it was just like, when you have a fan base, then always somebody's gonna buy. And then we could see basically like what products people especially like and what they don't like. And for example, one thing that we did was like a 11-day discipline challenge. And we started a challenge, and we expected that we gonna make a little bit of money with it, and some people would sign up. But in the end, I think it was like 5,000 or 10,000 people even signing up for it, and we only promoted it organically. And then we also started running ads, and back then the ads were a lot cheaper. But already in the beginning with the organic promotion, like a lot of people signed up, and we saw, okay, this topic like discipline seems to be something that is very interesting to our audience. And with the challenge back then, we made our first about 10K with this launch in a couple of days or something. And then we were like, okay, this topic like really seems to be interesting to people. And I remember we were in Bangkok at that time, and me and my business partner, we were like, we wanted to answer every message in it, because we had the challenge was free upfront. And we had a Facebook group, and people were going crazy. They were posting, yeah, I'm committing myself to do this, and I want to do this, and amazing, blah, 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 and everybody. And we wanted to respond to every comment. And we were dead after this launch, because we were trying to respond to everybody and having a great time with everyone. And then from that point on, we knew that discipline is the thing we're going to focus on, and helping people to stop procrastinating and get things done. And from there on, it was still a long journey, though, to the coaching program. Then we launched a coaching program at some point. And in the beginning, again, we had like many new sales, because just of our organic audience. And then like the sales dropped again. And then we were almost at the point where we thought, like, is it still worth selling this? But then, we kept selling it, and then it caught up. The sales caught up again. We optimized the product. And from there on, since then, it's been like this product, and we've been optimizing and testing. And yeah, that's how we got to this coaching.
That's really cool. And you mentioned something really interesting, which is transitioning from, the YouTube channel as the primary source for growing your platform, but then you're immediately also diversifying by growing this email list. So how do you take people from being organic viewers engaged with your video content to joining your email list? What are some of the things that maybe you tested that didn't work as well? And then what would you say has worked the best for making that transition?
Mm-hmm. I think it's a very basic tip, but like, you need lead magnets, not just okay, here you can sign up for my newsletter. That's not enough. You need something that people, because YouTube is you have so many options to click to the next video, to rewatch the video, to something completely different. In general, you're on your phone, maybe you get a WhatsApp message or something and you're gone from YouTube. So you need something that people like say, okay, I really, really want this. And for us, I mean, we tested a lot of different lead magnets. And so for us, we have a couple that worked very well. And I would say in general, what's been helpful for us, especially with our audience, is like they love new stuff. So for us, it's very important that we switch the lead magnets in every video, because we also have people that are watching all of your videos in a row, and they already downloaded the first lead magnet, so they want another one. So you have to like switch it up, and this is something that's working for us very well. That we have right now probably like 15 to 20 different lead magnets, and we are like in every video using a different one. So yeah, that's one thing we are doing. And also what seems to work very well right now is our quizzes. So like a free quiz to whatever it is, like find out something. And the better, if you can make it like something more scientific, at least for us, that has worked very well. For example, there's a Oxford happiness test from the Oxford University, and we kind of adapted that for us, and that works very well, for example. So something I would say, if you just want to get them in your list, then it should be something easy and fun that they can engage with, and then the quiz is perfect for that. Or something that ties very well into the topic of the video. So if you have a video about discipline, then maybe the logical next step for people is, okay, I watched this video and now they give me this free 7-day video course to bring my discipline on a completely new level. So the next logical step is to opt in for that video course and then do the course. So yeah, these would be the 3 biggest things, I would say.
Very cool. That's so crazy. What's been your best performing lead magnet so far?
It has been, we analyzed it a couple of days ago. It kind of depends on the how many sales we made with it, or what brought us more email leads. So for just pure mass, generating email leads on mass, it's like definitely a quiz. For sales, it is a 7-day video course for us. It's a free 7-day discipline video course. And it's also the course is set up in a way that you get introduced to our coaching already during the course, and you see some testimonials and everything. And it's like always, like everything we do is always has a big value part in it. So you're also learning a lot already, and you start to trust us that we can really help you on your journey.
Wow, that's amazing. And then you sell the high-end coaching on the back of that 7-day free course.
Yeah, right. So people, they have in the first day, there's a way to write on the video for those who are already ready to start with the coaching. They can apply for the coaching right away. And the other ones, they just go through the process and go through the 7 days. In the end, they can sign up again. Or if they don't, I mean, many people don't. So if they don't, they get our retargeting ads. They are in our funnel still, and maybe they will buy. We have many people actually that buy after like 2-3 years or something. And when you look at a customer journey, they have like 10 of our lead magnets or something like that. And they are like, but when they are on the phone, they buy because they know us for so long. They know we have the perfect solution for them. And then, yeah, that's very easy then.
Wow, it's amazing. Just I love how it all comes back to you're really leading with value from day one. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I mean, man, it's just an amazing foundation to have your business built on. So I'm super impressed. And so, yeah, I'd love to hear more about just the strategies, how you approach thinking about growing organic YouTube content.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Yeah. Maybe one thing upfront that many people make, and many even YouTube gurus like say, is that you should focus on SEO optimizing your videos, which is in my opinion bullshit, because YouTube is never, you can just go to your analytics and you will see if you have a big channel. If you have a very small channel, it might be that most people are searching for, I don't know, maybe for example for Wittau, only people that know Wittau, they are searching for that. Nobody else would search for that. So of course, like if you have a video on the channel Wittau with the title Wittau explanation or something, like 99% of the traffic will come from search. But if you try to get thousands or millions of views, then you have to have a title that appeals to many people. And usually SEO titles don't do that well. And you can also go to your analytics and you will see that most clicks don't come from the search. Most clicks come from the home screen, like when people are just opening their phone and they see the video from the recommended tab, or when you are watching a video and underneath you see other videos. Like this is where most clicks come from, and SEO plays no role in that at all. So that's not important in that case. And maybe just one thing about that, like if it can make sense if you have a very specific, like for your audience, if you have topics where my audience will search for these topics and I want to be the first one to be found for that topic, then of course it can make sense. But if we're talking about like getting videos to get thousands, 10,000, 100,000 of views, then it's not important. And so basically like this strategy or the system that we are using, and I didn't hear that anywhere before, but it's very it makes, in my opinion, a lot of sense. Maybe it's because we're Germans and we try to turn everything into a system and a process. That's probably why we are using that. But it's basically that like you would do it with an ad. You start with your research. You don't start with because many people, they are like, okay, I have a video idea, so I'm going to make a video about that. And with an ad, you would never say, okay, I have a cool ad idea. I've never run an ad before. I never sold a product before, but I think the idea is good. Let's just make this ad and let's try it. This usually doesn't work. First, you have to do your research. So this is what we are doing too. We are researching, and our process is that we are researching other channels in a similar niche. For example, in my case, we have a German personal development channel. So I would look for all the English personal development channels. If I would speak Spanish, I would look also for all the Spanish personal development channels. And then by YouTube, on YouTube, you can filter. You can click on the channel, and you can filter the videos by most viewed. If you're doing this on desktop, it's better than on the phone. And then you see which videos had the most views. So basically now what you have is like the best performing videos of the channel. This is like, especially this is why I love your product, why I love Vitao, because you can see the best performing ads of a brand. And basically YouTube gives you this for free for the organic content, and you can just see the best performing videos. So then the next step, what I do is like, I copy and paste the titles, the thumbnails, everything of the videos. And then I got my list of I do this on many channels, and then I got my list of many videos that have a lot of potential. And then I'm filtering those out that are too old. So everything that's more than 2 years old, I would cross from the list, because as I said, like the competition 2 years ago has been different than it is right now. So older videos, they performed in the past, but no, they don't do that anymore. So then I take them off the list. And then I still have like a lot of videos that have a lot of potential. And from there, then I look, okay, what fits my audience very well. Maybe I had some similar videos in the past that had a similar title or thumbnail and were successful. And then basically I'm modeling those titles. I'm looking, okay, how can I make this title even better, probably? Or sometimes it's just like very small tweaks where we're like, okay, the title is amazing. We just change maybe this one word, so we don't exactly copy it. And then we go with that. And this is like really like a formula for success on YouTube, because it's sometimes it's fascinating to me how, if the title, and you cannot even tell yourself why the title is so good. Same with ads. Like sometimes you see an ad and you're like, this ad is good, it's performing well, but I would not have bet that this ad is going to be the best of these ads. It's the same with the videos. Sometimes you don't even know why it's performing that well, but just something in the wording and everything is just working. So I would not try to change it too much. I would try to change it, of course, not copy it, but try to be as close to the original as possible. Because sometimes a word like, if the title is how to gain discipline, or this is how you gain discipline, can make a big difference. Like how to will maybe get millions of views, and this is how to will maybe get only 50,000 views, for example. It can be a very big difference. So this is what I would do. And then usually we have our own thumbnail style, so we just adjust the thumbnail style also there. Like if the wording is good on the original video, we might just tweak it a little bit and then adapt it to our style. And that's basically the in a nutshell, that's how we're doing it. And what also helps, like what I always do is I only take videos that have more views then the channel has got subscribers. So if a channel got 100,000 subscribers, I'm only going to look at the videos that have more than 100,000 views, because this is then, you know, for sure this video has gone viral for this specific channel. It has performed very well. And yeah, this is basically how we are doing that.
Nice. That's amazing. It's really, really, really cool to be able to just log into YouTube and grab all that. So then how do you approach in terms of the actual content? You know, you mentioned, you know, obviously the click-through impression to clicking on the thumbnail, one big metric, but if we're thinking about watch rate and then making sure that that content is good content that then, like you mentioned, first will suit the platform and what the platform's looking for. How do you go about reverse engineering the actual content in the video?
Yeah. So it depends, in my opinion, a little bit. If you have a personal brand, for example, then I would make sure to mix in a lot of my own flavor with it, like your own wording, your own tips or something. Because one thing that you shouldn't underestimate is like people are keep watching your videos if they are good. So this is something you cannot see in the data, but if I see a video and I'm like, this was the best video and it was from Wittau, then I'm going to be like, okay, the next video from them, I'm going to watch it too. Even if the title is not perfectly optimized and the thumbnail is not perfectly optimized, I just think the video was great. I learned so much, I'm going to click on the next one. And this is something that you shouldn't forget. Like when you're making the content, then it is always important that you're making the content so good. And good can mean entertaining. It can mean have a lot of value. It depends on what your audience wants and what your channel is about. But you have to make it so good that people will click, even if not everything is optimized. This helps you a lot already. So this is something that I would always try to mix into to have your own uniqueness in that video. And then what we always do is like when let's say again the video is about discipline. So I would go on YouTube again. I would type in the 5 tips for discipline or something like that. And then again, I would look at the best videos. And from the best videos, I watch them. I write down the best tips that are the best ones in my opinion. And usually always, for example, the first 5 seconds, the hook, when I watch so many videos, then I will already get ideas for how I could do my hook. And maybe I see something like what worked for us very well in the past was always, for example, for influence videos. People were like in the beginning, but be careful. These tips are so strong only if you are using them to the good of humanity. Keep watching. If not, please stop watching. And everybody's like, holy shit, these tips must be amazing. And everybody's like hooked. So this is an amazing hook, for example. And we came up with that by just watching a lot of videos. And then we were like, okay, this seems to work very well. So yeah, this is one way to go about it. And also we are just Googling and looking at the best, because usually, I mean, the best, when you type in discipline on Google or how to gain discipline, the articles that rank on the top are usually very, very good. So same there. If we find something that we think that fits, that can help our audience, we're going to put it on the list. And then we craft the script out of the research that we made. And I mean, now also using ChatGPT to support with that, especially in my opinion, ChatGPT is very good for research stuff. Like if you need some tips or something, you can just ask what are your best tips or your most unique tips or whatever for gaining discipline. This is where it works very well. But for writing the scripts, in my opinion, it's not good enough yet, because you have just like the hook needs to be on point, and then the whole way the content is structured needs to be on point. So ChatGPT, in my opinion, it's not good enough for that. And then maybe to add one more thing, also again, there are very similarities to ads, but also there are some things, because maybe to mention it too, because many of the listeners here probably are running a lot of ads. The thing with ads is that usually your end goal is always to sell. And with a YouTube video, at least in this one video, it might not all be about selling, because if you just upload your best ad, the ad wouldn't probably get many clicks, because it's not optimized for as organic content or something. So you need to structure your organic content a little bit different. And this is why we emphasize value so much, because value, it just works on these platforms. And value, like for me, value can be entertainment or can be tips or can be something completely different. Depends on the audience. And where was I getting to? Yeah, about the other thing we do is like build in a lot of loops in the videos. So people can't stop watching the video or won't stop watching the video. So we are trying to, like throughout the script, always open some loops. A simple loop is like, today you're gonna get 5 tips. So you want to know all the 5 tips. You don't just want to know one tip. And then of course it can be something simple like later we're gonna look at how discipline works in the brain or something, how your brain works when it has a lot of discipline, how it works when it doesn't have a lot of discipline. And then you will learn how to 10x your discipline with this one simple technique from tomorrow on or something like that. And then it's like, okay, I want to know the technique. So in terms of watch time, this is very important that you're trying to open as many loops as possible. Yeah, these are basically the most important things that we are looking at when we are writing a script.
That's awesome. And then just in terms of the customer journey, what do you see? Do most of your customers come through the organic realm, or would you say, I mean, you mentioned earlier 2.4 times more valuable through organic than on paid. So I'm just curious what the overlap is. So someone on paid who sees the first time they come in contact is an ad. Do they typically go and then actually research and find the organic channel? And then that's part of the whole kind of relationship building, getting to know you, liking you, trusting you, and then they close. I'm just curious how you've seen them overlap.
Yeah. So we see most of the people who are buying from us that they are researching us before, because our sales process is like you have the phone call, then you have another call, and in this time, like it can be anywhere from say 1 to 7 days in between. So people have time to research, and it's not like a $25 video course or something where people are like, okay, I'm just impulsively buy this thing. So yeah, we see that they are researching us. Usually not that much, and I was surprised, to be honest, when we're using Hyros, when we looked at the data, that there are also many people, they see one ad and then they just click and buy, and they never heard from us before. But I would say like 50% also research us before, and they click on our blog, or of course we can see if they click on our YouTube channel. Like we cannot track on YouTube itself, but we can see if they click links or something on our channel, and most people do. So yeah, I would say like about 50% research us before. And this is also, in my opinion, where organic is underestimated a lot. If you're like a brand, like a small brand or a mid-sized brand, I mean, if you're Apple, everybody knows you and you don't have to have a YouTube channel, so people trust you. But if you're not like one of these very big companies, then in my opinion, it's very helpful, because people will instantly if they see, okay, you have 300,000 YouTube subscribers, all right, I'm going to trust them. It's like, it just works like that. And I think this is also like for us a big advantage, because people, they look us up and they see, and basically on every platform we are very big. And so trust is instantly established.
That's awesome. I mean, Max, you really delivered so much value on this call for everybody. And I mean, I'm already thinking of ways we can implement it on our side. Do you provide this kind of advice to people in any kind of as part of your business, or is this just you're strictly focusing on the discipline, personal development business for the time being?
Mm-hmm. At the moment, I'm not coaching or anything on that stuff. I mean, I'm happy to help. Like also, if somebody listens to something, they can reach out to me and ask me questions. And maybe in the future, we will start a product like that. But right now, no, we just have our B2C business.
Yeah, it's amazing to see, because this is all, you're not teaching theory. This is the big part of your business, and you're sharing a lot of the incredible details with everyone here. So thank you so much. Where can people get in contact with you if they want to continue the conversation and just get in touch and chat?
Yeah, sure. For all those who want to get in touch, probably Instagram is the best. I had to change my name so even English people can text me, because it's like the German name. We have these umlaut, like with the dots
Right.
on.
Right.
And yeah, my name is probably the most German name it's like Maximilian Häusner. And so my Instagram name is Max, and then it's how do you call it?
Underscore.
Yeah. And then it's HAUSNER Häusner. So Max_Häusner. That's where they can reach out to me.
Awesome, Max. Well, thank you so much for being a guest on our show, and amazing value. So really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. I'm happy to be here. I love your podcast. Like I'm listening to it every day. So you're doing a great work, and I'm happy to be here.
Awesome, Max. Really appreciate the kind words, man. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Have a great rest of your week. All right. Thanks for checking out the show today. Remember that you can claim your 7-day free access to vidtao.com, our app with over 7 million unlisted YouTube ads, landing pages, and funnels. Just go to vidtao.com to start that free trial. This podcast is also sponsored by inceply.com. Inceply is a direct response video advertising agency, and it's generated over $950 million in direct response revenue for Inceply's clients via video platforms like YouTube, YouTube Shorts, TikTok, Meta, and more. They're experts in both producing high-performing direct response video creatives and also scaling the ad accounts themselves, so expert media buyers, and very important, custom deep data analysis to make sure your tracking and attribution is 100% rock solid and tailored to your unique business and funnels. So if you're already spending at least $1,000 per day on ads and looking to take your results to the next level on platforms like YouTube, YouTube Shorts, Connected TV, and more, go ahead and claim a free brainstorm session with the Inceply team. Just go to inceply.com/vidtao. That's INCEPTLY.com/vidtao and claim a free brainstorm session. And just so you know, this is not a sales call. On this brainstorm session, the Inceply team will work with you to uncover insights you and your team can use to unlock new opportunities and scale on video traffic platforms. Just go to inceply.com/vidtao to claim your spot. All right. Thanks so much for checking out our show and being part of our community. Once again, this has been VidTao co-founder Ian Naj signing off. Have a great rest of your day, wherever you are in the world, and take care.